Hey, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just gonna start off this video with I've never done this live shit before, so bear with me. Usually I have someone doing this with me. As you can see by the title of this video, I've called it Cocktails with Misdemeanor. Because I'm not Michael, as you can very well tell. Um, So tonight's episode is not going to be the usual The Tea with Me, Michael. It's going to be Cocktails with Drew. So I've been asked to speak on the transgender topics of the transgender female. Um, and I've been asked three very, very, very interesting questions regarding this specific topic, and I want to address one of them right now. So, an anonymous person asked, do you have to be gay or trans to be a drag queen? No. More often than not, I get mistaken as a gay man when I do drag, and when I take my clothes off and they realize that the breasts stayed and the makeup didn't go away, they were given a much more shocking answer to their question. Um, as you can see by the way I do my makeup, like, this is the same makeup I do for drag. The only difference is I add lashes and a darker lip. That's it. That's all. And anybody who's seen me perform in Rochester knows I'm a very basic queen. I don't do heavy makeup because I rely on my body. And I rely on my ability to be fish. Why? Because I'm a woman. I'm a female impersonator, not a man in a dress pretending to be Celine Dion. Oh, I had a viewer for like a split second. Ooh, not sure. I'm really not sure how this shit works, but hey, let's go with this. Um, the other thing that came up was when Drew was on your show, she talked about female hormones, and I was wondering, when transitioning into a female, do the hormones you take make you grow boobs, or do you have to get implants or injections? Okay, so this is where it's gonna get a little 14A. So if you're a child, please stop watching this video. Actually, I don't care because I'm from Canada. You can't sue me anyway. So, as you can see here, I have breasts. These are my breasts. This is no like fancy bra. It's just a basic push-up bra that any other girl could wear. And I'm 7 months into my hormone treatments, and I am a full A cup. Like, I actually have to go bra shopping soon because I'm falling out of my bra. Call, excuse me. Sorry about that. Um, and you could get injections and so on and so forth, but it's really, really unnecessary. Um, And as for hormones, there's three different types of hormones. There's estradiol, which are these, I brought props this time, lovely little blue pills. Sometimes they're purple, sometimes they're yellow. It all depends on your pharmaceutical company. But they're these lovely little blue pills. They're about 2 milligrams a piece, and depending on your dosage and such. And you take those, I take mine twice a day. And you put those little blue pills under your tongue and you let them dissolve. The reason you let them dissolve under your tongue is that way they pass straight through your bloodstream and right into your system. If you swallow them, you have to let it go through your liver, into your bloodstream, and then disperse through your body. The other ones you take, now these ones are not available in the States. They are called Androcure. And, yeah, Androcure. These are one of the more powerful anti-testosterone drugs. They also come with what's called progestin in it, or commonly known as progesterone. So that is what helps these puppies grow the fastest. Before I was on the more common one called spirolactin, which I was on the 25 milligram pills because I'm a pussy and don't like big pills, which is these evil little fuckers. Most people use Spiro. It's a diuretic. It makes you pee a lot, and it doesn't really do much else for the body. My doctor put me on extra progesterone while I was taking the spirolactin to make up for the fact that I was not getting as much progesterone and testosterone or estradiol into my system as I should have been. Um, and I personally hated taking those pills. Like, the side effects on these pills are may cause drowsiness, do not, drive or operate heavy machinery. There's another one about your blood pressure can drop at any second just because Friday. And they also have this really god-awful taste and smell. Like, it feels like swallowing a capsule of toothpaste. And I don't know about you, but I'm not into the taste of toothpaste. So back to the breast question. Yes, so you can grow your own. Now, disclaimer, not every trans woman grows their own breasts. Some trans women are extremely unlucky and stay small-breasted forever. So you do have the options of going with silicone or cohesive gel or saline implants. Now, usually saline is the safest because saline is salt water. So it means if you burst one of them implants, you don't have to worry about dying in the next 5 minutes. Versus silicone, if that bursts inside of you, you will be poisoned from the silicone. You have to get to an emergency room really quickly and get that shit taken out. Saline also tends to be the cheaper option because, again, they're filling it with water. But silicone has a more natural breast feel. Well, I don't know about you, but I've felt boobs with and without implants. They're boobs. They are airbags, as I like to call them. Excuse me, cocktail. And let me, how I have absolutely no people watching me right now, so it makes it less awkward. What else do I have to tell you? So, hormones change a lot in a trans woman's body. In my opinion, more so than a trans man's body, which any doctor or trans man would tell you that's absolutely incorrect. But I've been on this boat for a very long time. So the first thing it changes is obviously your breasts. Even if you don't grow breasts, you would still develop the initial breast bud, which is the most painful thing in all of existence. And when I mean the most painful thing, I'm an evil, hateful person, and I would never wish the pain in my breasts on anyone. Because it is an unnatural, horrible pain that no one should ever have to feel. But it pays off. You have to stick with it, and you just have to, just let it out. The second thing that changes is your sex drive. You have one of two options. The usual choice is you lose your sex drive completely. Or the other option is the one that I typically have, is you become twice as horny, but unable to perform. And by unable to perform, I mean once you get to a certain point in your anti-testosterone medications, you lose the ability to keep a hard-on. So, and some trans women are very thankful for that. Some trans women are like, thank God, I never wanted that, that's gross. And I agree, it's fucking disgusting. But at the same time, I've embraced the fact that temporarily I have a penis. And I am perfectly okay with that shit. Now, not being able to perform doesn't mean that you can't bottom, doesn't mean that you can't still enjoy foreplay, doesn't mean you can't still do a million things, but your only issue is keeping it going. Another thing I noticed with me personally with the hormones is a major change in sexuality. I used to be a gay male. I thought I was strictly only attracted to men. I kissed girls, I, hugged and kissed and made out with girls, but never went beyond that. 'Cause, vagina. After hormone treatments, I am finding myself more and 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 more bisexual, if not fully a lesbian. Who knows what time will tell. And there's two people I have to blame for that, which I will not name on this video, but eventually you will watch this and you know who you are. And there's nothing wrong with exploring one's sexuality, especially when going through transition. It's always best to explore it then instead of making concrete decisions. Because who knows, you may find a cisgendered woman or a cisgendered man that is perfectly comfortable with the way you are and loves you for who you are and doesn't care if you go through surgery. So you might end up deciding, maybe I don't want my vagina right away. Maybe I want to wait a little bit. Because this person's okay with it, I'm okay with living with it, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I'm the same, I feel exactly like that. I am in no rush to get surgery. I would like to get it done. But I mean, I'm not going to whine and cry if I don't make the top of the list. And realistically, I'm usually only attracted to transgendered men. So surgery usually is not my top priority. If my partner wanted it, that would be a different situation. But kind of lacking in the partner department right now. Single white girl problems. Anyway, I've gone over this way too fast and way too much. And we touched a bit about this on Michael's video. What else do I want to talk about? So on to some regular everyday things. The US government's coming up to their elections, so anybody watching this, if you are smart, you will vote for Hillary Clinton, because if you vote for Donald Trump, I will not marry you and let you into my country, unless you're pretty and good and bad. Then I might change my mind. Another lovely thing is the second season of RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars came out yesterday. And I'm not going to spoil anything for anybody who hasn't seen anything yet, but all I can say is, girl, what the fuck? Like, what the actual fuck? That's all I'm going to say. So seeing as I have no viewers anyway, and no further questions that I was asked, I'd just like to encourage you all to really, throw those questions out there to Michael. First of all, he is a wide book of knowledge when it comes to trans male issues. If you found this video at all helpful and would like to see me do another one, keep asking the trans female issues too. I will keep doing these segments, probably not once a week, but I will do my best to make something up. And if you are living in the Rochester area and you would like to guest star on these, definitely again, contact either Michael or I. We will figure something out for you, because it's always much more fun when you have someone to bounce off of. That's why this video is a little more difficult for me, because I have no one to ask questions when I run out of ideas. So, without further ado, I think I have kept you all bored enough. Again, not that I have any viewers, but someone's going to watch this at some point, maybe, hopefully. So, love you all. Be good. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Animals, children, and dead people. And yes, you heard that all correctly. And I will see everybody back in the beautiful city of Rochester in another 2, maybe 3 weeks. So don't get too excited. It's really not that great to see me in Rochester. Usually most people go, oh shit, that bitch is here. Anyway, love you all. Mwah.